When people don't have good financial literacy, they make poor decisions. You see a lot of debt, credit card interest for 20 and 30 years. There's the fear of running out.
I always think of that time in my life when I was watching people around me lose their homes for some complex reasons. Families emigrating are still learning. There's kind of a missing link between giving people information and then being able to adopt it and use it.
I just think in general, the community is hurt by lack of knowledge.
Around the world, there is no shortage of people with problems, each requiring unique solutions. Most people have no issue with giving to others in need, but instead of giving someone a fish so that they may just eat for a day, well, you already know how the saying ends. The key is about relationships and supporting those relationships. We strive to support those that help others become self-sufficient. And if we keep the fishing analogy going, what if we didn't just teach one person to fish, but we went one step beyond to empower those who teach fishing? As they say, a rising tide lifts all ships. And we at the DJHD Foundation aim to uplift those who uplift others around them. Now, forging relationships around the world can get messy and is rarely perfect. So whenever another success story arrives, we celebrate it, because for us, we know one story does not equal just one individual. It usually means a family, and eventually, even a community. So follow along with us as we share our dreams, our endeavors, our lessons learned, and our celebrated successes. I'm Matthew Motep McCord, Executive Director of the DJHD Foundation, and this is The Rising Tide. Meet Felicia and Valerie. Both were already working in or interested in helping their communities with their finances, which gave them insight into the barriers and challenges for women who want to get into the financial planning field. But they also knew that they wanted a more fiduciary role in helping their communities plan for their financial future. At the same time, they knew they needed to be smart about not jeopardizing their own financial state to get the certification they wanted and needed.
So, barriers. I don't want to buy into the idea that women inherently can't be in this career, because we very much are good at this career. The barriers just come from all the other challenges that come with life.
For most women, the barriers are time and money, I would say, are the two biggest obstacles that are preventing most women from pursuing the designation.
In the beginning, it feels like there's no safety net. It's going to feel very unsteady. It's going to feel scary.
I have, even now where I currently work, some very good potential CFP candidates, and they're not pursuing the designation because they have children, they work full-time, and that is a barrier to entry. It is very rigorous, as I have previously mentioned. The time commitment to actually pursue the certification is somewhat of a hindrance for women.
I was the first pregnant apprentice, so it was like, oh, well, is there a maternity leave, and how is that going to work, and make sure we have a plan in place. You're kind of expected to follow certain paths, and it feels more certain, whereas I found that there was a lot of uncertainty becoming a financial planner.
The pathway to becoming a CFP is quite expensive, and I didn't realize that. That was kind of a surprise. Once I realized the cost and I wasn't working at the time, I started to look for alternatives to help me fund it so that I wouldn't go into more debt. In pursuing the financial planning, it just seemed counterintuitive to actually go into debt to do so.
Thankfully, the CFP Board was there to provide both the education and the financial aid they required to become equipped to better serve their communities. The CFP Board sets the standard for certified financial planners, but more than just setting the standard, They work to help future CFP professionals attain the required level of financial education. The CFP Board has given out thousands of dollars in scholarships while maintaining a focus on diversity.
Hi, I'm Kevin Keller, CEO of CFP Board. We exist to create more competent and ethical financial planners. People who've earned CFP certification have demonstrated competence. They've passed a difficult exam, they have education, as well as at least 3 years of experience. Perhaps most importantly, they've committed to a fiduciary standard. That is, they commit to put their clients' best interest first. Each year, almost 20,000 people raise their hand and tell us they would like more information on becoming a CFP professional. CFP Board helps individuals achieve CFP certification in a number of ways. We have mentors that help individuals on their pathway to CFP certification, and most importantly, perhaps, are the scholarships that we provide. Since 2016, we've provided more than $2.2 million of scholarships, and we're giving nearly $1 million away each year. The DJHD scholarship was the very first of our scholarships, and to date, we have awarded more than 70 scholarships under the DJHD banner. One of the things we're most proud of since we've launched the Center for Financial Planning is that the 2023 class of new CFP professionals was the most diverse in our history. More new women CFP professionals than any year in our 50-year history. More new racially and ethnically diverse CFP professionals than any year ever. So the work of the DJHD Foundation Scholarship is making a difference.
Of course, the CFP Board wouldn't be able to help all these future CFPs without donations from foundations and private individuals alike. When looking at nonprofits to partner with to further the mandate of aiding women and girls through education, DJHD Foundation founder David Dieslin knew from the beginning that he wanted to partner with the CFP Board. What made you want to support the CFP Board through the foundation?
Because it's a perfect place to take people who are struggling to make their way in life to build a better future for them and their family and their friends. Women weren't in the financial business very much in the early days. You know, that was a man thing, you know. And of course, it wasn't a man thing, it was a human thing. And all we needed to do was get that word out. They had a mind and a brain and could do the same as we. And so we started to fill the ranks, which were depleted in not having very many women. It's kind of, you know, you see somebody wanting to do something good, and no, when you're helping advise people on their finances, it's a significant thing. People want to be helped, but they don't want to be misled. And they want to know how to take care of themselves.
How do you feel the CFP Board does with aligning with the Dina Jo Heidi Dieslin Foundation's vision or mandate?
Well, I mean, that was just so we could help get more women into financial planning. To give them that opportunity was a way to give them scholarships so they could start the process of learning how to do it. And it's worked very well. And it's only getting better.
Since 2012, the Dina Jo Heidi Dieslin Foundation has given over $500,000 to the CFP Board to help them in their quest to bring more women into the financial planning profession. And we plan to continue on long into the future. You know that saying, give someone a fish and they'll eat for a day, teach someone to fish and they'll eat for a lifetime? Well, what if we went a step further and taught that person how to teach others to fish? Then they could feed their whole families. their whole communities. And then we can feed the world. Our version of that is investing in the education of women, not just so that they can support themselves and not go into debt doing it, but also because we want to empower them to use that education to benefit their communities. In that way, we believe that a rising tide truly lifts all ships. And we've seen it through the stories of the recipients of the CFP Board's DJHD Foundation Scholarship.
I've been a financial planner for over 10 years now. I get excited for the time where I feel like I can do more. That's like where my heart is. It gets me more excited thinking that I could put a little event together for all the moms I know and give them some of my knowledge and let them ask me questions. And you also have to mentor and support and just kind of show other women the way that it is very doable, that it is very worth it.
Literally what I do every day is what I envisioned, helping people meet their financial goals.
In order to help the CFP Board support more future certified financial planners who will go on to help their communities and change the world, the DJHD Foundation is committed to giving $1 million. But that won't be enough to accomplish everything the CFP Board wants to do for the financial planning community. The good news is anyone can donate to the CFP Board and their mission of setting the standard for ethical financial planning. If you would like to give to this exceptional nonprofit, you can go to their website at cfp.net. With all of us together, we can create the rising tide.